Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Neon and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be seeing how well the i5-1135G7 handles Cyberpunk 2077. Anyways, let's go ahead and not waste any time. The i5-1135G7 has 4 cores and 8 threads with a max turbo frequency of 4.2 GHz. Apart from that, the CPU became available for laptops in Q3 of 2020, making it 5 years old at this point. However, the CPU is fairly special because it has the Intel Iris graphics on it. Specifically, it has the Intel Iris Xe-G7 96EU Mobile. It's a very long name. Anyways, all you need to know is that it has 768 cores, 48 TMUs, and 24 ROPs. In simple terms, it's basically a slightly slower GTX 950. But yeah, the rest of the laptop specs are in the description. Subscribe if you find this helpful, and let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so as you guys can see, we are at the lowest settings at 1080p with no upscaling or any of that stuff yet. And yeah, as you guys can see, just kind of looking around the city here, we're getting around 10 to 15 FPS. Of course, it's completely unplayable. Our GPU is completely maxed out, but our CPU is actually doing pretty well. It's not even reaching 50% utilization. Another thing that you should look at is the RAM usage. We are using about 14 out of the 16 gigabytes we have. Of course, this laptop was never meant to game, although the Iris graphics is pretty decent for like most esports game. You could definitely tell that this game is way too much for this laptop to handle. However, if we do switch our game to 720p, which I'll do right now, there we go. Let's look around real quick, and yeah, our FPS do go up by around 6 or 7 frames. It's still completely not playable. Oh, where the hell did that car go? I swear that there was a car there. Okay, whatever. The game is still completely unplayable, although it is a little better. Of course, it's not inherently that smooth until you get to like 25, 30. But yeah, this is ouch, I bit my tongue. This is still no upscaling, none of that. I mean, the game looks fine. Yeah, like I mean, you guys can see it's not very playable. Even if we do kind of like go away from that really intensive area, you're not gonna get, you know, 30 plus FPS. I mean, you might just have to like look at the ground or something. Yeah, there we go, 30. But yeah, obviously you won't be playing the game while looking at the ground. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so now we'll be trying 720p with upscaling. We'll be using the FSR 3.0 at the performance preset, and yeah, there you go. So it's a lot more playable now. We're getting around 20 to 30 FPS now, which is significantly better than what we were getting at the beginning. But yeah, as we go into a more intensive area, of course, the FPS do fluctuate quite a lot. As you guys can see, we're in the low 20s now. Now, as you guys can see, the CPU went up from like 40% utilization to around 80 to 90, but our integrated GPU, which is our Intel Iris, is still completely maxed out. So yeah, theoretically, you could definitely play the game like this. However, if you were to get into like a gunfight or like a super intensive scene, considering that this is Cyberpunk after all. But yeah, if you're willing to put up with all that stuff, then it's perfectly playable for the most part. Okay, so now we're going to try out Intel Super Resolution. We're going to put it at, what's the best one? Ultra Performance. There we go. We're going to see if that's any different. And actually, yes, it is. We are getting over 30 FPS. Okay, wow. So it is actually a pretty noticeable difference. Okay. I mean, that doesn't make sense because this is Intel Iris, and okay, I'm guessing it is more optimized for Intel stuff. I know it's more optimized for like the ARC stuff, the Intel graphics cards, but I didn't imagine that it was optimized for this. But okay, anyways, as you guys can see, we're getting around 30 FPS with the Intel upscaling instead of the AMD one. And yeah, honestly, this is playable. Like I said before, if you're willing to put up with the dips and how the game looks at 720p at the lowest settings, then yeah, it's perfectly playable. And as we skedaddle around the place where we began, yeah, like always, we're still getting around 30 FPS actually. This is more surprising than I thought. So yeah, use the Intel upscaling instead of the AMD one. It's inherently better. Also, we're using less CPU usage, I believe. We're using like maybe 10% less. I completely forgot about frame gen, so we're also going to be trying that out. As you guys can see, we're using the Super Resolution by Intel, and we're using AMD FSR. I don't know why it looks like this. I can't get it to go in full screen. Apparently, it's not compatible. So yeah, I'll just have to zoom it in with my OBS. But as you guys can see, yeah, dude, we're getting around 40 FPS. At this point, it is completely playable. You can 100% play the game like this. Now, I don't know how to make it full screen. I really haven't figured that out, but I'm sure somebody has figured it out, so you can probably search it up. But one thing that you might notice is that we're no longer 100%ing our GPU usage. Now it's more to do with our CPU, and yeah, you guys can see there's a lot of like artifacting. I guess that's what it would be called. It's the paper. So yes, it is playable, but you will have to deal with a lot of that stuff. There'll probably be textures that like pop in and out of, you know, existence and whatnot. But if you really don't care about that and you just want maximum performance, dude, just turn on frame gen, put on any sort of upscaling, and you'll have a great time. Alrighty, and just for fun, we're gonna put the game at the lowest possible resolution that you can go down to at 1080p. which is 1024 by 768. We're using it's kind of hard to see, the low preset with the Intel Super Resolution 2.0 at ultra performance. Yeah, we're getting more than 30 now. We were getting around 28, now we're getting around 34, 33, so that's about a 5 to 6 FPS increase. The game looks hideous at this point, but it's still definitely playable. If you don't mind, it's a little bit more stable than it was before at 720p, although not by a lot. But yeah, of course, we are being limited by the iGPU, which is the Intel Iris graphics. If this CPU had a better graphics card, like if this was a dedicated chip that you could put in a desktop, then you could definitely pair it up with like a 1660 or like a 1070, and dude, you'd have a blast playing this game. But yeah, other than that, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Tell me what you like about the video, and tell me what game you want me to test out on this laptop next. But yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, peace out, y'all.